Hello and welcome back to Griseus? Griseus? Still don't know how to pronounce the name of the visual novel. We'll be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after this character basically finds out that he may or may not be like an alternate persona or something from the voice that's rattling around in his head. Also, his friend was killed, and he found their body in his bathtub in the apartment that he is still currently residing in, which is weird. But yeah, he wants to pretty much figure out what's going on with like everything, like why was she murdered and whatnot. And like, I mean, okay, but like you could move your ex possible situationship or whatever is being nice and wants to, you know, allow you into their home. Probably you don't have to stay there, but you're being kind of stubborn. And like, apparently now you found out that you have a voice that used to be the original you rattling around in your head. It was also kind of mean and rude to you at times, but yeah, whatever. Like I said in the previous video, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the voice that rattles around inside of Samuel Ayer's head in the smoke room, and a little bit of Echo Samuel that rattles around Chase's head, which is like this rude, sort of condescending voice that is in your head and is constantly telling you, like, stop being dumb, do this instead. It's for your own good. I kind of feel like that's the situation that's going on with this guy. Oh, Gray, that's his name, Gray. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. But aside from that, that's pretty much what's going on. So yeah, without further ado, let us continue. Chapter 2. Your hand feeling better? His voice brings me back to the room. He's leaning against the desk, the light from the window sharpening his frame. It's sore, but better with your handiwork. Thank you. It's my job. He smirks at me, but I can sense concern behind it. So, what's the plan? He looks at me and outside the window, waiting for a reply. I don't really know. My head's all over the place. He gives a reassuring smile. I know he's not expecting me to have this all planned out. I have no idea where I want to go with what I've learned, or if it's even important in the first place. Well, I know you've been looking into this by yourself for a couple of weeks. I nod slowly. I was a wreck for a few weeks after everything, but I started as soon as I could. And now you've got, something, right? That photo in Sarah's journal. I freeze when I think of it, that man in the photo beside Sarah. A piece of her that I've never seen. A piece of mine that I don't want to admit might belong to me. I don't know anything about it really, just that it mattered enough for her to hold on to it. I hesitate in my words. That place, it has some bad history. You know the place from the photo? Yeah, Crawford Rest Home. His posture stiffens, eyes wide, mouth agape, as he fails to respond. He looks out the window and tugs at his fingers. You know of it? I'd be surprised if someone didn't, though you're an exception. Why? You're new here, relatively speaking. Most people don't talk about it unless they've had a drink or two. Even then, half of it just sounds like ghost stories. But then what did Sarah have to do with this? That's what I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. A cold weight pushes down on me. Sarah connected to a place people whisper about as if cursed. He leans off the desk and looks at me with a smile. If Sarah kept that photo, it meant something to her. And given what we've heard about that place. He gives a serious glare, but reassures me. It's reason enough to start digging into it. He really knows how to give me hope. You really think someone around here will talk to us about it? Maybe not everyone, but someone will. Someone who knows all about this town. We'll ask around, quietly, see what turns up. Wayne being here makes everything feel less hopeless. He makes it sound simple, certainly easier than if I was doing this alone. But the thought of Crawford and its history hangs between us, unavoidable. All right, we'll ask around. I have an idea on where to start. Wayne straightens up his collar and walks ahead of me, putting his hand on the door. I'll wait outside for you. You should get a change of clothes, though. Realizing that I haven't changed in probably 3 days, I turn to the dresser with an awkward shuffle. He gives me a big grin before walking out the door. I swap out into my same usual attire and follow outside. Sunlight filters through the wide windows of the diner. The air smells of strong coffee and cigarettes. A couple of locals sit within some booths, older folks talking low. We take a booth near the back. The vinyl squeaks as we slide into our seats, Wayne stretching from the walk. I swear this place gets smaller every time that I come here. Small but not too silent. Feels like everyone's watching, like they always know something that I don't. That's country living for you. They do know more than you, and they'll make sure that you know it. I scoff jokingly, eyeing around the room. Sarah brought me here once. I like the style. Picking up a salt shaker and turning it absently in my hand, my gaze lands on Wayne. Your plan was a diner? You think anyone here will know about it, let alone talk? Perhaps not directly. Though it might not hurt to try. People drop things when they're just passing the time. We just gotta listen. Maybe lead some conversations into it. Also, I'm starving. He lets out a small chuckle. I can't say that I'm not hungry as well. I don't remember when I last ate. I look outside the large window beside me, at the mid-fall leaves blowing through the streets. It's getting colder lately. Not too much to bother me, but I should wear something warmer. Well now, Wayne, haven't seen you in a stretch. I turn to see a younger girl, spry with her hair tied up messy. Morning, Frida. Just stopping in for a bite and some chat. I've missed you. You don't come in much anymore. She turns towards me. And May, who you be? Haven't seen you in before. Name's Gray. Nice to meet you. I stutter a bit in my words and look off, feeling warm in my face. You as well. Hope your morning's been better than mine. Everything all right? Tss. Could be better. Boss keeps giving us shit. Well, I feel like he's giving me shit. Why, pardon my curiosity. You're fine, honey. It's just... Maybe I'm being a little angry over nothing. He's probably just worried about me. It's nothing, honestly. Sorry to bother about it. Now let me actually get y'all something. Coffee? Pie? Bring us 2 slices and the usual for me. And I'll have some biscuits and gravy, please. Coming right up. She heads back behind the counter and around a corner, leaving us looking at one another. You know, you should try to look a little less haunted when we go out. I scoff at him lightly. Haunted? You've got this far-off stare, like someone just confessed all the answers to you. I give him a dirty look. I know nothing like that is going to happen. It's just everything from last night is in my mind. It would certainly save us a lot of time if they did. Wayne mocks me, which I can't help but faintly smirk. See? Less detective, more normal. We have a plan, so try and ease up. I'll work on it. We'll figure it all out. I glance around a bit, trying to take my mind off of things. Frida passes by with the plates for another table, putting her finger up towards me with a smile. The bell on the front door jingles again, bringing in a draft of cool autumn air along with some customers. I glance back at Wayne leaning back in his seat, his fingers drum lightly on the tabletop. Everything feels so peaceful. I wish that I could just stay like this. Frida's real nice. She's got a good heart, likes to talk a lot though. Could work in our favor. Wait. You want to interrogate her? Well, it wasn't the original plan. I know her though. And you think that she actually knows something? She's heard things. Everyone has. Her position here means that she's likely heard more than the average. As if on cue, Frida cuts the corner, returning with a tray. Here you are, loves. Coffee and food for two tired-looking men who need both. Can't argue with that. Frida leans lightly against the edge of the booth, tucking her hair back neatly. So, what's the occasion? You two seem you got something going on. I can read it. You especially, hun. You look a bit pale. Is everything all right? Wayne and I exchange a glance. I hesitate for a moment. Wayne smiles disarmingly at her. Just a bit of curiosity, that's all. Gray here is decently new to town. He's looking into some places. Specifically about Crawford Rest Home. Have you heard of it? Frida's expression falters almost imperceptibly. She glances a bit behind her and lowers her voice. Goodness, I've heard enough of that place, if I'm honest with ya. Do you know much about it? Well, sorta. Everyone here knows of it in some way or another. Kids used to dare each other to sneak up on the ridge before it was fenced off. And of course, they always claim to have seen something. Your typical ghost story. Clearly just stories, but She gives me a look, staring deep into me. Wayne, do you trust Gray? And can I trust him? There's no doubt about him, Frida. Best man that I know. I munch at my food and look down a bit, trying to avoid blushing. Okay, well, I just find it odd that you ask about it. Why? Sarah asked about the same thing the last time that I talked to her, not long before. I glance over at Wayne quickly, almost choking on my food. What did she ask about? Her expression is serious. She didn't go into it with me, just if I've heard anything new going on with it. And if, for some reason, it wasn't blocked off anymore. She smooths out her apron a little before glancing around. I didn't ask much about why she was wondering. It's not really a fun place to chat about. She gives an expression of thought, maybe as to why we could possibly be asking about it. I'm sorry, you two. I gotta get back to work. I can talk to you some more about it later. You should enjoy the food. It's better when it's hot. She slips away towards the counter again, leaving us in a heavy silence. Wayne takes a large bite of his food and chugs his coffee. So, Sarah was asking about it not long before she was killed. I don't know how much of a coincidence that could be. Was she worried about something happening up there? He sits for a moment, tapping his fingers with more pressure than before. We'll figure it out. Let's eat our food before it gets colder than it already is. I bite at my food a little more, but don't entirely finish it. It certainly helped, but the discussion took my appetite more than I expected it to. Wayne finishes his meal and stands to use the restroom before we head out. I sit there in my own thoughts for a moment before another waitress comes by and refills my coffee. I just stare at the steam for a while and think on it. Why did Sarah ask about it? For it to not be blocked off anymore? Why would that happen? I don't even drink the coffee by the time that Wayne gets back, ready to head out. We walk around town quietly for a while, the streets nearly empty. Wayne attempts his conversation with folks while I idle by, but no one provides anything worthwhile. After a while, he shrugs and tells me to follow after thinking on what we should do. It's definitely colder out. It doesn't bother me much with my fur, but I hope Wayne is all right. He adjusts his coat a little bit, tugging at his fingers as usual. You know, looking into this makes me realize how much Crawford lives in people's heads. I notice him shivering slightly. His conversation started likely to distract himself from the chill in the air. Fear keeps things in your mind. He gives me a sidelong glance. That one of your quotes, or something Sarah used to tell you? Mine, I guess. Maybe she rubbed off on me with her quotes. We walk on in silence for a while, passing the few places in town I know. Then we start passing older buildings. A few are boarded up. I don't recognize where we are. The forest is thicker behind the homes, giving me a sense of unease. Where are we? I don't recognize this area. This is the edge of town. Most places out here went out of business to move closer to everything. Practically a ghost town on this side. It spooks me a little. Well, where are you taking me then? Anyone live out here? He adjusts his sleeves and looks around a bit. No one that I know at least. We're gonna go see the building. What? This sudden? I didn't expect to go there already. Already? What's the point? I don't have a reason really, other than what Frida mentioned to us. Besides, I see no harm in it. Are we, allowed to? We're adults, it's fine. I doubt anyone with authority is watching over it. I feel a little off, practically trespassing, but we might find something. It's not long until the town fades behind us, now replaced with deep woods and a dirt road. The town loops in a strange way. I thought that it'd take longer to get out there. Wayne is unusually quiet. He typically has some quips to pass the time. As I'm about to initiate some small talk, Wayne beats me to it. Did Sarah ever talk to you about Crawford? Mentioned it in any way? Not that I recall. Even when she showed me around town, she didn't bring it up. Wayne nods, digging his hands deeper in under his arms. It's cloudy now and I can feel the chill on my ears. Gray, wait. I stop in my tracks and stare at him. Are you okay going there? I mean, I'm not against it. It will certainly help me paint a better picture. Even if I'm a little uneasy about it. I am too. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not dragging you here. It's okay, Wayne. I'm good. He gives me a small smile before turning to the left. Okay then. We'll need to take this separate path to get there. I look past him towards the tree line, a decently steep hill with a dirt path that I can barely make out. How do you know? Because I've been there before. I helped a mom look for her kids who went out there on that stupid dare. It's obviously just a building, but when I went up to grab one from the fence... He looks back up the hill. Something felt off. I've just been on edge because of that feeling. Sounds stupid, I know. I walk ahead of him, staring up at the path. Well, looks like it's my turn to see. The climb up the slight slope isn't too difficult, pushing through the overgrowth foliage to reach the fence. It isn't tall, certainly not difficult for us to climb over. As I look through the fence, I see it, Crawford sitting alone in a mess of ivy and blackened wood. It's not nearly as destroyed as I expected it to be, but certainly larger. Wayne proceeds to hop over with relative ease, landing on the other side. You need help? No, I've got it. I reach towards the fence, and my bandaged hand throbs beneath the cloth. A pulse that makes me freeze for a moment. A low roar of thunder not far from us takes the silence with it. Wayne gives me a worried look, but I motion to him that I'm okay. I grab the fence and make my way over. Watch your hand. Wayne shuts the gate as I walk ahead of him. The path leading up to the building is cracked and swallowed by moss. Looks better from this side, to be honest. Not really burned. Do we know what caused the fire? Not the initial one, no. Though we know what caused another. I turn to him with a sudden glance. There were two? It wasn't nearly as big, but yes. Some stupid kids that took the stories too serious lit another part of it ablaze. It wasn't too long ago, actually, but they're held in juvie under arson now. Idiots. Yep, fire almost spread to the forest, and that would have been bad. We passed through the overgrown courtyard under the half-broken archway above the entrance. Another sound of thunder in the distance, closer. The skies darken with clouds. A barely legible sign right by the door reads Crawford Rest Home, established 1870. The doors hang askew, glass shattered along the porch. Here. He hands me a small flashlight. Where did you get this? I always have my own, but I bought that one while I was talking with folk. Thought you might need one as well. Wayne steps forward, peeking into the doorway. Come on, let's make this quick. The place is giving me the creeps and I don't want to be here too late. That makes two of us. I follow Wayne inside, carefully stepping over pieces of debris in the entrance. Wayne trips over a piece of wood and I just barely catch him by the arm. Careful, I don't need you smashing your face into the floor. I pull him up with a little laugh and help him stand straight. He blushes and dusts off his coat. Inside, the air is damp and thick. The corridor is much bigger than I expected. Dusty in here. I wonder if Sarah came here recently. Hard to imagine her walking through here all alone. She wasn't scared of much, you know that. We walk down a bit down the hall, unsure of where to really go. All the signage is either burned or simply illegible. The corridor splits, are left with stairs still leading upwards towards collapsed floors. To the right, an open archway that shows remnants of some recreational hall. Light dimly shines through a broken skylight, but Wayne pulls his flashlight out and stands beside me. What should we really be looking for? If everything isn't burnt away, that is. An office, perhaps. Anything that looks like it'll hold information. Here's just hoping that we find something sooner than later. I give him a subtle smile, nudging his shoulder with my arm teasingly. Why such a hurry? Afraid of ghosts? Nah, just tetanus, and the likelihood that it's gonna rain. We walk deeper, the creak of the floor under us. Wayne, did Sarah ever talk about this place to you? Not really, no. I believe that she had some friends that worked here, though. Some nurses. Never said who, though. Do you think that she knew that it was trouble? So she never wanted us to know about it? He doesn't reply as we round the corner into a wider room. Old chairs and are scattered across the floor. A single wheelchair stands upright in the center of the room, facing a collapsed piano. Well, that ain't ominous at all. Looks like some sort of little concert. With no audience. That's my kind of show. We both laugh. As grim as the atmosphere is, the halls echo our voice. Wayne shines his light at the walls beside us, where a directory hangs crooked. He steps closer and takes a moment to read it. Director's office. Up the stairs and at the end of the hall. If we're to find anything, it'll be in there. Let's go check it out then. I do a little skip ahead of him towards the doorway. As he follows, his light glances over the scorched wood trailing up the wall beside me. Is this from the fire? Looks like it, but from the reports I read, the fire started in the west wing. Then why is this site burned? Well, we can't rule out that that was the whole truth, but... He shines his light to the other side of the doorway to the stairs. I look ahead and see the stairs blackened with another pattern up the wall. Wait, that one looks... I immediately head over and hop up the steps quickly. Wait, great, don't these marks look like handprints? They might. Can you head back over here, carefully? I stand up and look at him. Okay, I just wanted to... The floor creaks heavily under my step, and I realize the position that I'm in when Wayne shines a light. The stairs are charred and cracked to hell, and Wayne shuffles forward slowly. He reaches his hand out. Just slowly. I swallow hard and lift one foot off the ground. We stare at each other as my foot lands. Okay, now... Ah! Gray! Gray. Fuck. My head. Gray. Wayne? Gray, are you okay? I look around, but there's practically no light down here. I think so. Oh, thank God. You scared the shit out of me. I push myself up, aching all over. My head is killing me. I wince as I stand, putting my hand to my head. I think that I'm alright, just a few cuts. Nothing seems broken. Can you stop getting yourself hurt? I know I'm a doctor, but I can't fix dead. Slow down and be more careful for me, please. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I feel that my head and a deeper cut makes itself known, bleeding onto my fingertips. Hold on, I'll find a way down to you. Hell no, just stay there. I'll look for stairs. Okay, well, be careful. Call out to me if you need anything. Will do. I feel for my flashlight in my pocket. Thankfully, it didn't fall out. Paying mind to any rusty nails, I step over the debris that I fell with. It's freezing down here. The air's thicker and it smells really damp. Basement. Great. My favorite. I take out my light and click it on. The walls barely reflect much, covered in soot and grime. Walking forward slowly, the rooms seem mostly empty beside some beds and collapsed shelves. Papers litter the floor, practically covering every step that I take. Each door has a number besides it, all covered in muck. Except one. Its number plate gleams against the light, out of place. Room number 42. The metal cleaned and screws unrusted. This is... My head aches as I stare at the number. I turn to the door and wrap my hand around the handle. It gives easily. The door opens to darkness, the hinges making no sound. The air is fresher, not rot and little dust covers the walls. Someone's been taking care of this place. The bed is neatly made and clean, practically the only thing in the room besides a small dresser. I step further inside and brush my hands along the bed. It's soft. A faint scent of lavender hits my nose. The familiar smell makes me shudder, and my eyes turn to the dresser. Wait. A dead bundle of lavender wrapped up neatly beside a small card. I dust it off and pick it up, squinting with the light. I stare at the card in disbelief. Sarah? I reread the words over and over to make sure that I'm seeing it right. Sarah Harper, assistant nurse. She worked here. I think about the clean room, the lavender. Was Sarah coming here? Keeping the room tidy? But why? I run my hand along the bed one more time, taking in the smell. The old wood all around me groans faintly in the dead quiet. I pocket Sarah's ID and step back, putting my back against the wall for a second. Wayne? You still up there? It's quiet for a moment until I hear his steps creak the floor somewhere above. Gray? Everything alright down there? I'm fine. I found something. What is it? Better if I just show you. I'm gonna continue down this way and find some stairs back up. Alright, I'll head back the other way too. See if we can meet up. I walk down the hall for a minute, another door that leads to another wing of rooms. This section is worse, everything's scorched black. Breathing the air here can't be good for me. I look back towards the room that I found Sarah's ID. Room 42. Thinking about it gives me a headache, the number digging into my mind. I think that I've just been down here in the dark too... The fuck? Whatever just touched me made me drop my light. Wayne? No answer, no sound, just quiet darkness. I scramble for the flashlight along the floor. My hand rolls over it and frantically presses at the button. Fuck. Okay, that's enough. I'd like to think that it's Wayne playing a cruel little joke, but there's no way it's him. I'm either going fucking crazy or there's actually something down here. And I hate to admit the first one might be more likely. Something's wrong. You shouldn't have come here. The cursed voice kneels its way into my ears. You again. My eyes jolt around the darkness. I can't make anything out. Why shouldn't I have? You said to find out what happened, so that's what I'm doing. This isn't the time. You need to leave. You sliced my fucking hand open, and now I'm yelling at a voice in my head, out loud. Get out. No, I'm not afraid of you. I'm looking for answers for the... An unholy sound comes from the darkness around me, as if a radio couldn't find the right frequency. A jumbled mess of sounds and voices. Don't move. I refuse to. Another harsh sound circles around me. I'm crazy. I'm clinically insane. Do nothing. Something behind me. A cold hand rests on my shoulder. I can't do this. Remain calm. It's freezing to the touch. Please, God. I want to get away. My body refuses to move. You should have listened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It leans in closer. Wayne, anyone, help me. Save me. Another hand caresses my face. It's so cold. The world tilts, everything folds. A whisper in my mind. We missed you. Stay with us. End of chapter 2. Is it really the end? I don't know. I kind of feel like perhaps there's more. No. No, 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 no. Run. I break away from the cold embrace and crawl, staggering to my feet. I don't care where I'm going, I just run away. Wayne, Wayne, where are you? Go. I stumble into the walls, tripping over debris in the pitch black of my path. I scramble but immediately regain my footing. Wayne, please! I hit the end of the hall hard, slamming into the wall. Let me out! Let me out! I'm too terrified to look back. I turn left and see light from the stairwell at the end. My lungs burn. I need air. Everything blurs as I just run. I can't feel anything. A blurry figure runs down the stairs, calling out to me. I slow down, stumbling into the stairway. Wayne! Thank God! Everything spins. Hey. Gray, wake up. I wake to Wayne looking down at me, smiling. I put my arm over my face. That's twice now. Gonna scare me to death a third time. Are you okay? You hit the floor hard. He shuffles his body in unease. I just then realize that I'm laying in his lap. Talk to me, please. I think something's wrong with me. You didn't see it, did you? See what? The thing down there. It grabbed me. The sound it made. He looks at me carefully. I can't look at him. Gray, you've had the most difficult month of your life. He looks at the cut on my head. You fell pretty hard too. If you think, I didn't think it. I didn't imagine it. My voice breaks and tears roll down my face. I heard it. I could feel it. Along with the voice that mocks me, that can hurt me. None of it makes sense. I know how it sounds. I know. I swallow hard. The cut on my hand, it did that. I don't understand how. I can't speak between sobs. My words just dissolve into ragged breaths. Wayne doesn't speak right away. He just quietly listens, eyes steady as always. Gray, you've been through so much alone. I look at him, doing my best to keep eye contact. I'm not walking away from this, from you. I'll always believe you, no matter how crazy you think you are. Or may actually be. He chuckles at his own joke, causing me to do the same. How? How does he just make me feel so positive? Makes me laugh when I think that I can no longer can. I set my bandaged hand on his thigh and just lean into him more. I want to. But can I? It starts to rain. Looks like it's gonna be a wet walk back. I think that we'd had enough excitement for one day regardless. We'll head to my place. I live closer. We scramble our way back, Wayne laughing at me as my fur gets soaked. He keeps up conversation to try and take my mind off of what happened down there. I can't get the sound out of my head. We get inside, soaked by the rain. I pull out my shirt, sticking to my fur, annoyed. Make yourself comfortable. I'll put some tea on. And at least take your damn shirt off before you catch a cold and drip all over. He steps from behind me and heads to a small hall on the right before I can say anything. I take a look around his place while I unbutton my collar. He really opened the place up. It was a lot more cluttered and messy last time that I was here. Though, respectfully, still messy. I tug off my soaked shirt, fur clinging in heavy patches to the sleeves, before tossing it to the door. For a moment I just stand there, awkward and adrift, just taking in the place. I can hear Wayne sorting through some stuff in the other room, so I look around a bit. He's built some long extended couch with steps, blocking some walk space but making it more cozy. His bed is large, not surprising given his size, a brick wall displaying a painting of mountains above the bed. It's a lot of stylus matched into one, and I really like it. Shelves lined with some paperworks, a few trinkets here and there. There is a comfort to the clutter. My eyes fall to a photo on the shelf of books, sticking out. I step closer. Two sharks stand shoulder to shoulder, both young adults. One unmistakably Wayne, the other a little broader, same grin, same eyes. I stare at the frame, arms crossed, someone in Wayne's family certainly. The frame is worn, glasses slightly smudged from touch. Find something interesting? Wayne leans on the hall corner, bare-chested and smirking. My eyes dart away by instinct. Oh, you're... Yeah, I am aware. He lets out a small chuckle, tossing me a shirt that I frantically catch. He walks across the counter, pulling out a kettle and a small box of tea. I didn't mean to pry. Oh, please. You're fine, Gray. You know you stare a lot, right? My face goes hot and I just slip the shirt on. It's big and smells faintly like him. Just didn't expect it. Just because I'm a shark doesn't mean that I like being drenched in clothes. I wasn't implying that. My gaze drifts back to the photo and Wayne takes notice. I know. Wayne moves over and leans against the beam in the corner. Sit. I listen, sitting on the corner of the bed. The mattress sinks down significantly more than mine. You're looking at my brother, Axel. Neat name. Yeah. The family's pretty unique. Besides me and my father, I got his name. Axel was older than me, tougher, certainly smarter, was becoming a lawyer. His voice is quiet now, but still fond. We worked the family business as kids, played our part, kept to ourselves, being who we are. His words about who he is, what he is, they make me uneasy. I know a little about the prejudice against sharks, that they're simply seen as dangerous. It's a ridiculous bias quite a few people have, but I've rarely seen it in my life. What happened to him, if you're okay with talking about it? He takes a long breath, eyes unfocused. He's silent for a moment. I was caught in a fight that I didn't want to be a part of. Somebody got spooked. Didn't matter who started it. Once they saw fins, it was guns out. He takes a moment. I notice him flex his fingers. Axel ran in to calm everything down. The situation was frantic with too many people gathered. Next thing that I know, more shouting and swinging, and a loud bang, and Axel was on the floor. Silence fills the room, leaving just the tapping of the rain on the roof. I'm so sorry. Yeah, me too. That's how it goes for us. You can work twice as hard, keep your head down, but you're still the story told to scare your kids. He lets out a bitter snicker. Do you know why the majority of us don't have tails, Gray? I haven't seen a whole lot of sharks in my life, but enough to notice that difference. No. He leans off the wooden beam and sits on the bed, across from me. His back is turned, revealing a large scar where his tail should be. My eyes go wide, the damaged skin crawling up his back, making me uneasy. Most cut our tails at birth, to make us civilized. Others may get them cut later in life like I did. Maybe to feel normal, make you approachable. His voice is soft, but it carries a hidden fury. You grow up hearing that you're dangerous. You start to wonder if they're right. You hide every part of yourself, every instinct, perhaps a smile that shows too many teeth. And when that isn't enough, you're reminded of what you are. With a look, with words, with a bullet. The room feels still, the rain gone quiet as if it's listening. Is that why you left? Yeah. Hard to build a future where everyone around you hates you, or just feels sorry for you. Easier to pretend that you lost someone to bad luck than admit that the world decided what they were worth before they even got a chance. Does it hurt? No. Though, more like an absence. I can feel it move when I dream. He gives me a small, humorless chuckle. I look at him, my knees bouncing up and down again, the wariness behind his eyes, the softness that's always there when he speaks. I didn't know that you'd been through all that. I don't talk about it much. I don't really need the pity. The kettle starts to whistle and Wayne stands. Perfect timing. He hands me a cup, steaming with tea, and sits beside me. The rain picks up again, and we just quietly enjoy the company of each other. We should get some sleep. He heads over to the side of the bed and slips under the covers, padding beside him. I hesitate for a moment. All right. He gives me a wide smile. I try not to overthink how close we are. You comfortable? Yeah. Fur's still a little damp though, sorry. He shoves closer, our knees brushing beneath the blanket. I don't have fur like you. Is this okay? Yeah, I don't mind. Our faces are inches apart, Wayne's eyes soft as ever. Thank you, Gray. For what? For being here. For being you. You make it sound like I did something special. You stayed. That's more than most. He reaches his hand under the blanket, searching for mine. I give it to him. His thumb brushes at my palm softly. So much has happened. I'm just glad that I have someone to help live through it. I should be thanking you. You're helping me look for answers. You don't need to. It's important to me too. Even if I'm crazy, when I feel like I don't know who I am half the time, then I'll remind you. You're the man laying here, warm, alive, and stubborn as hell. With me. A small, shaky laugh escapes me. You always make it sound so easy. The warmth between our hands builds, neither of us pulls away. Nothing's easy for us right now. But as long as you're here, it certainly helps. I close my eyes, still holding his hand, my thoughts blurring between exhaustion and calm. I feel Wayne shift even closer before his lips touch my forehead. Good night, Gray. The steady rhythm of his thumb brushing against my palm grounds me, and I drift off to sleep. Hello, Gray. I stand there for a moment in the endless dark. You again. Me again. You never seem happy to see yourself. You're not me. Maybe just not the part you like. I flinch as he vanishes. Bullshit tricks in my head. I look around me only to find a lone chair. Sit. The voice comes from every direction. I see no other option. The chair makes no sound as I sit, nor does it feel like anything at all. I'm not really in the mood for all of this. Relax, Gray. I'm not here to torment you. Really? That's new. You can call it whatever you like. I want to talk one-on-one. I lean back and cross my arms. Okay then, why? The reflection of me holds no expression as it stares back. That thing at the rest home, down in the dark. I grip at my arm tight, trying to avoid thinking about it. I'm not sure what I saw, what I felt. Do you think that it was real? The question catches me off guard. Are you saying it is? It's silent. I don't know, and I don't like that. What I do know, however, is that it's watching us, watching you. The darkness around us reminds me of being down there again. There is no expression in his face. You sound worried. I keep finding gaps. I turn to his voice beside me. Empty spaces that don't belong. Things I don't recognize. Voices, faces, places. The tone has changed and I shift uncomfortably. I try for some answers. You said that you came before me, before I was broken. What did you mean? I said what I feel is true. I know we're not the same. In you, I see a man with my hands doing things that I wouldn't claim. My voice says things that I wouldn't choose. But it's all fractured, I try and process what he means. So what are you then? What are we? That's a great question. I think we're half a man split into two arguments, one simply luckier than the other. I stare back, giving an annoyed expression. No reaction. You said something was wrong, down there in Crawford. Besides whatever that thing was, yes. We're connected to it. I don't know how. I'm assuming you saw that Sarah worked there? Yes, but there is nothing that we can get from that right now. Another question you'd likely never find the answer to. My legs bounce. What does he want? Finding all the answers seemed impossible. Our last interaction played out differently. What is the goal here? Do you want me gone? The words blurred out with a harsh tone. No. That wouldn't be good. Something about the reply angers me. He's acting completely different than before. Hey, you talk like you care now. You cut me. You made me doubt my own mind. Taunted me. And now you give a shit about me? I'm not playing these games. You think that I'm some monster in your head. Maybe I am. Maybe you truly are just crazy and cut yourself while hearing voices. I swallow it as it stares into me, leaning back. I can't control what you think of me, but I can promise this. I'm not here to fight you. All these fractured memories that numb my mind. They're a part of us, both of us. My fingers tense up. So what do you want from me? It doesn't blink. What I've always said, for you to remember. We're missing crucial information that I know is locked away. I cared about Sarah too. I know what I am, Gray. I'm real. Maybe by the end of this, I just want you to remember that. Get some sleep, Gray. You're gonna need it. My body doesn't jolt awake, just my eyes. Light rain still patters against the roof. Wayne's hand still is over mine as he sleeps quietly beside me. I move my bandaged hand and realize that it doesn't hurt much anymore. Remember him. I stare back at Wayne and grip his hand a little more before closing my eyes again. The rain lulls me to sleep. No nightmares, no dreams. Just the sound of the rain. Chapter 2 end. For reals this time. That's where I'm going to leave it for today. So, something interesting happened while they were investigating this. I guess you could call it an assisted living facility. An old folks place. A convalescent home probably is another name for it. It seems that there is something down there. Whether it is something supernatural or something, I don't know, otherworldly or whatever. We don't really know. But it's safe to say that it is interested in Gray. Or maybe it's interested in what Gray used to be. The person that he used to be, if we are to believe this voice that resides inside of him. Also, the whole thing where Sarah was apparently what I guess could be referred to as a CNA, which is like a they're like the type of nurse that is below a registered nurse. And from my mom, who used to work as a nurse at a assisted living place, you're usually more prone to find that type of nurse there. So it makes sense that she would be working there. Part of me somehow feels that perhaps Gray used to be a resident of this place, meaning that before he was broken, he used to be a patient there. Because it kind of looked like he found the room very familiar. So I don't know if this is one of those like, oh, you used to be crazy, but now apparently you're not, but you're gonna end up crazy by the end of the story or something like that. It would make, well, if people recognized them or were a little bit weirded off by him, it would make a little bit of sense, but like, people don't really seem to recognize him, and people seem to think that he really is just somebody that showed up out of nowhere. Unless the building and everything burned down like literally like 6 months ago when Gray showed up out of nowhere. But we don't know that yet. Also, it would make sense why Sarah was taking care of him specifically. It's like, oh, you're one of my patients, I'm gonna keep taking care of you. But yeah. I mean, it would explain why he has like a voice in his head. Anyways, what are your thoughts? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching/listening. If you would like to play this visual novel, you can do so by going down to the link in the description, which will have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download and play the game yourself. If they have any form of support, then I will link that down in the description as well. And if you would like to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member, which gives you earlier access to these videos as they're being scheduled. Any form of support is appreciated, you know, like and subscribe and all that jazz. I do have a Ko-fi in case you want to support through there, and I do have a Throne. So yeah. And I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.